Right, we're in the all-electric Cooper SE. We're going to give this car a bit of a spin and see how we get on. So you've got a little gear selector here for your drive state. You can turn the power on and everything all comes alive. You've got your experiences that you can flick through. You've got go-kart, which is sport mode, core, which is standard, and green, which is basically eco mode. And then the following sections are going to be basically color schemes. Personal is if you can have your own photograph in there, and you've got everything else mainly between those first three. They're just the main core functions of handling and things like that. Go-kart is super fun, and you can choose on this display whether you want navigation or having like speed or the radio and everything else like that, which is quite cool. So you can tap here and you'll go back to the speed dial. We're going to get going because we only got less than an hour. We're going to fire up into drive. You can go down for B, so you can actually have regenerative braking, so we can test that out. And you've got a wireless charger down here, some storage compartments and so on. Very small sort of side things, but it is a small car, so you do have to realise that is what you get with a small car. So we're in go-kart mode now, and we're in a small little bit of road, so we can try out. It does do a full stop, which is really cool, so let's go. Wheel spin, definitely a little bit of torque steer, but very nice car. You can see the multifunctional display, hopefully you can see that, and that allows you to get the speed, the power that you're putting through, and the amount of battery that's remaining, as well as the current speed that you're meant to be doing in the location at the time. So that's all good. Happy with that. Nice wheel. You got some sort of palm rest there, so you can actually hold the wheel as you meant to. Obviously not everyone is going to. And the car's quite silent. You do have to sort of cripple your hand a little bit to reach back to these controls down here for the mirrors and the other bits as well. So, but there is a slight noise you can hear. And I'd say it's a little bit distracting. Not distracting, but a little bit, it's not even annoying. But it's a nice sound if you like that kind of thing. But for me, I'll probably end up turning it off. So nice, some Lotus Elises there. So we're gonna go round. Got one pedal braking, doing its job. And there is a sunroof, you can just flick that backwards, I believe. And now the sunroof opens up. And considering its small compact size, is actually quite a nice feel to the car. It's actually quite roomy. Obviously, it's not going to be roomy in the back. I do like its aggressive one pedal braking. That's nice. Let's go into this car park and show you CarPlay. The Mini is using this similar technology as the BMW, uses the iDrive 9 system apparently, and we basically only have wireless CarPlay. It does not do wired CarPlay. So we're going to connect up wireless CarPlay. So you go into the phone section, then you add phone, then it searches for mobile devices. So we need to go into our Bluetooth settings and connect to Mini. Then we pair. Okay, here on the screen. Allow favourites to sync. Okay. Use with CarPlay. Tap on CarPlay here. We're going to turn that on as well. Continue. And we're in. So basically, it's kind of like a vertical version of CarPlay that you see on more portrait kind of displays. So it shows it in this kind of square window. So you got the panels on the bottom now. This is actually new to me because I've never had a vehicle that did this layout. So this is all new. So you got the dock at the bottom with the phone indicator and battery remaining on your phone, time, and obviously get back to the main widget panel and switch between dashboard and home. Currently my Apple Maps isn't loading. I've had this recently, which means Spotify isn't going to work either. Let's try it. So we've got wheel controls. So we're going to go to the music and see how that sounds. This is level 3, so it's got the Harman Kardon system. It sounds really nice. Go through the wheel controls. Whoops. I pressed the button there, so I came out of the CarPlay experience. If you push the rocker inwards. So I'm going to press play again. And then we're going to move it to the right. So quite a long wireless connection in terms of 3 to 4 seconds between tracks. But that's wireless in a nutshell really, and that's normally how it works. Hi, this is Anthony from CarPlayLife.com, and this is an audio message using the Mini Cooper SE all electric, and this is an audio test. So that sounds quite quiet. If I'm honest, I tried to change the volume as well. Not that loud in this, so the microphone is quite distant, which is a little bit disappointing for CarPlay. Let's just do a call delay test as well. Hello? 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 Not too bad, but again, the calling quality and the sound is actually quite distant, even though the volume is turned up. I haven't got it whacked up, but I think the differences between the two is a bit different. So that's wireless CarPlay in the Mini in a nutshell. Just a quick overview of how it looks on the Mini, which is always something that I always wanted to see. It does mirror the wallpaper, so if we check the wallpaper and change it to something else, it does set that as well. So this is literally setting the whole display background, and then the majority of the interaction is coming within the middle. So it's not a bad way of presenting it actually. It does give you a slight hint of how the next generation CarPlay could work, because it is using the car system screen as well as the integration of CarPlay. So that's quite a nice touch as well. All right, let's go. So we've got to go on regenerative braking. Got to go into the reverse and go from there. Saw a nice camera feed just then. That's quite cool. And the reverse regenerative braking is very, very strong because it is set to high. Considering the torque, it really does hold the road well. My bag's just flown from the side there. But like I said earlier, those little noises are quite annoying. Now that we've got CarPlay running with navigation, you can see the turn signal, which is quite cool. That's a regenerative braking speed to a stop, which is really good. And obviously the road surface is going to determine how noisy the road is, but considering it's not bad. So you've got some subtle noises of the engine as you drive, which is quite cool, quite fun. But it is very synthesized, and got a little wobble there from the thing, which is quite cool. But personally, yeah, I'd turn this off. You're gonna have audio playing anyway over the side, so you're not really going to hear the noises. So we're going to have to join the dual carriageway to make our way back into town and the dealership. I don't mind the heads-up display being on this glass, but it is a little bit cut off. I would probably had it a little bit lower. It's just cut off on the top there because I have raised my seat up a little bit. But yeah, this does bring a smile on your face, this car. I do like it. And I do like the one pedal driving as well. It's nice. I'll try and see if I can get myself in the back in a minute. I should have done that earlier actually. But there's definitely not much room behind there. There's probably that much for your legs. So it's not very that practical for the car. I would say there's that much space, so what, 15 to 20 centimeters for your legs to go into. So it's not a back seat that you'd want to have adults in. But if you don't, if it's just you and your partner or yourself, Yeah, that's fine for that. And you could probably put the back down. I'll try and check out the boot as well and see how the boot looks, because I'm expecting the boot to be quite small. So it really comes down to what this car is for people. It could be just a city car to get out and about, and that's all you need really. That's is something like this size, unless you are doing lots of DIY or you're carrying things around. There's that. This is quite cutting, this little fabric strap here, if you were holding it like this. So I'm not a fan of that. So going 60 now. Quite a fair bit of road noise, wind noise. I'm kind of hearing it more in the sunroof than other areas. Almost like it's not closed the door properly. I know, that's the window. So doing 70 now, got our indicators in the heads up, letting us know what lane we need to be in. That's obviously coming from CarPlay. And the wind noise at 70 is actually quite nice. You can definitely hold a conversation. But obviously that depends on the road conditions. Eke over into this lane. And make our way back to the dealer. So if you're after a very small, fun drive, this is definitely a car that's worth checking out. I would say the nearest one to this is probably the Bath Fiat 500e, Bath edition. And that's going to be fun too, I'm sure. If you're a fan of small little hot hatch cars, this is definitely good fun to drive, 100%. Especially with the regenerative braking at high, it's definitely a good feel of car. It's not too aggressive. There is an adaptive mode that will monitor the road ahead if you've got the level 3 pack with the adaptive cruise control, and that will basically tell you it will basically adapt the braking based on the car in front or the obstacle in front. So it's not going to be as aggressive unless there's a car that's braking hard as well, kind of thing, and it will do it for you. So that adaptive mode might actually be okay.
Red light and speed camera ahead.
And the sound system's not too bad. I did have that issue with the cooling in terms of its loudness. I think it could be a little bit louder, and I did try and change the navigation volume, but it didn't seem to do anything there. But visibility is nice at the back, the sides, the mirrors are super huge. You've got lots of good visibility from these mirrors. And you've got a nearby indicator that's just very prominent in your peripherals. You can definitely see that. And it definitely turns a few heads as well, I think. I've had a few people trying to follow us close by with the looks. Okay, so I hope you found this little demo of the Mini Cooper SE all electric edition in the level 3 John Cooper Works trim. Very nice car. If you're looking for a small little hot hatch, it's definitely worth booking yourself a test drive. Thanks again for Mini in Brighton for allowing me to drive this for the last hour. Really appreciate it. And if you'd like to see more Mini content, do give us a comment letting us know, and I'll do my best to do that. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye. Okay, here we are in the back. Pretty tight. I'll bring this back. It's not set for my position, what it is, but I'm not that close, so the chair still hasn't gone back yet, but I would say the room is definitely not much at the back, but that's expected. Got some good headroom, about that much headroom, and some little cubby holes down the side there. And overall, I want to do a long drive, if I'm honest. Definitely good visibility from the back there, because the headrest is so narrow. So there's that to think about as well. I'll do a quick check on the boot.